Ibn Arabi then points out that subjection also applies in the relationship between God and man. The name abaser rules over both sides. Although man is abased before God, God is also abased before man. This is a version of Ibn Arabi's famous discussion of the mutual relationship between Lord and vassal, Rabb and Marbub, or the God and that which is guarded over, Al-Ilah and Al-Ma'luh. He explains this like this. God says, He is a God in the heavens and the earth. God says, He subjected to you what is in the heavens and what is in the earth altogether. Luqman said to his son, O my son, if it should be but the weight of one grain of mustard seed, and though it be in a rock, or in the heavens, or in the earth, God shall bring it. For God is in the earth, God is in the heaven, God is in the rock, and God is with you wherever you are. The Creator is never separate from the created things, nor is the abaser separate from the act of abasing. If the two were separate, the description would be separate from God, and the name would disappear. Now, Ibn Arabi then explains that when God says in the Quran, I created jinn and mankind only to worship me, this means that He created them to abase themselves before God. Therefore, He created them with the name abaser. At the same time, God describes how He guards over all things and preserves all things. Like the king in the example, God's degree of godliness subjects him to what the cosmos seeks from him. That is, the preservation of existence. In continuing his argument, Ibn Arabi explains that God abases human beings by placing within them the attributes of poverty, indigence, and need. The Quran says, people, you are the poor towards God, and God, He is the rich. Because of their need, people then become abased before anything in which they see what they need, and everything needs something else. The cosmos is filled with mutual need, which is in fact the need of all things for God, whose attributes are displayed in the needed objects. It follows that it is need that ties all of existence together. The well-being of the entire cosmos depends upon need. So Ibn Arabi concludes with perhaps a touch of hyperbole. I quote, no other divine name bestows general well-being on the cosmos like the name abaser. And there is nothing in the divine presence that has a property like this name. Its property permeates this world and the next world constantly. When the real allows one of the Gnostics to witness it, and when he discloses himself to the Gnostic, within that name and from that name, there is no one among God's servants more felicitous, more happy than he, and no one with more knowledge of God's mysteries through unveiling. Now, as for the rest of us, the lesson we need to learn from the mutual abasement of all things is the understanding of who we are in the cosmic economy. We should never overestimate our own worth. We should not consider ourselves exalted, because in fact, we are abased before the divine power and before all things. Ibn Arabi explains this in one of the chapters on the dumb beasts. This is the last quotation. Know that, even though God has subjected and abased the dumb beasts to man, you should not be heedless of the fact that you are subjected to them. You look to their well-being by watering them, by feeding them, by cleaning their places, by coming into contact with dung and waste because of that, and by protecting them from the heat and the cold that harm them. This and similar things are because the real has subjected you to them, and He has placed need for them in your soul. So, you have no superiority over the beasts through subjection, for God has made you more needy of them than they are needy of you. Do you not see how God's messenger became angry when he was asked about a stray she-camel? The messenger said, what's it to you? What is she to you? She has her feet, she has her stomach. She will find water and eat from trees until her master finds her. She has no need for you, in other words. So, God did not make the animals needy toward you, but he placed within you the need for them. All dumb beasts that have the means to flee from you will do so. And this is only because they have no need for you. And they have been given the innate knowledge that you will harm them. The fact that you search for them and that you exert effort in acquiring things from them shows that you are needy toward them. By God, when the dumb beasts have more independence than you, how can it occur to you that you are superior to them? Very true are the words of him who said, no man will be destroyed if he knows his own worth. Thank you.